I'm Anil Kumar, and here is another application question from the test paper. Let us look into it in more details. The question here is 2x plus 1 is a factor of 6x cubed plus 10x squared minus px minus 5. Determine the value of p. Do not use remainder theorem. Right. So that is the question for you. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then check with my solution. Now when we say that 2x plus 1 is a factor of 6x cubed plus 10x squared minus px minus 5, it means that when you do division, then the remainder is 0. That is what it means, correct? So let's begin with long division for the time being. We do not have to use remainder theorem, okay? So we'll use long division and then try to solve the value for p, right? So we are dividing by 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1 is the divisor, and dividend is 6x cubed plus 10x squared minus px minus 5. So 6x cubed, that means we have to multiply by 3x squared. So let's multiply by 3x squared here. So we get 6x cubed plus 3x squared. So when you do that, now you take away, so you get 7x squared, bring down minus px. So now you have to multiply by a number which will give you 7x squared. So that is 3.5. Instead of writing 7 over 2 here, right, I'm writing here 3.5, right? You could use fractions or decimals with x, correct? Decimals make things simpler to calculate, right? So we'll use 3.5 for the time being. So 3.5 times 2 is 7, so we get 7x squared, and 3.5x times 1 is 3.5x. Now when you take away, you get minus p, and this is minus 3.5. Both are with coefficient x, so I kind of factored it out, right? And then we bring down minus 5. Now this is a very critical stage. What should we do to find the value of p? We know one thing, that 2x plus 1 is a factor, so whatever we are going to get here should be 0, right? So what should we do? So this time what we will do is we'll take care of minus 5. We know at least this number, right? So which we can take care by multiplying by minus 5. Is it okay? So if I multiply the whole number by minus 5, I get minus 10x and minus 5. You get the idea, right? That is what we get. Now when I take away, then of course this is 0, but that is what I'm going to get. So this time the coefficient of x is minus p minus 3.5, and minus of minus 10 becomes plus 10. So it becomes plus 10, correct? All as a coefficient for x. So this is what we get this time. So now, since we know that this remainder should be 0, so we can equate that to 0 and solve for p, right? So that is the strategy, right? So the strategy is whatever remainder we get, we have to equate that to 0, right? So let me equate this to 0, which is to say minus p minus 3.5 will do that, plus 10 should be equal to 0. That's the only way the remainder can be 0, right? Now let's solve for this. We'll take p on the other side, so we get p on the other side, and 10 minus 3.5, 10 minus 3.5 is 6.5, right? So we get 6.5 as the value of p, right? So the p value should be 6.5. Do you get the idea, right? Or you could also write this as 13 over 2 if you want, right? Anyway, so we get our solution. The solution here is that p is equals to 6.5 or 13 over 2, right? So that is how we should be solving such a question. I hope that really helps. Thank you and all the best.